So you just talk with people here and you post it on YouTube, right?
Not only, but recently, yes. I had other videos that I created.
The Muslim guy tries to use evolution theory to prove God's existence.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Islamophobe.
Oh, that's yesterday.
Okay, okay. Do you actually get some comments on those videos?
Some of them, not all of them.
All right, so let's try to talk then.
Okay, which one is your favorite topic?
So actually, I'm sales manager. Okay, I work in IT company. We do online stores, but besides that, I guess we can talk about traveling. We can talk about religion at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, my topics are limited, and you can also read them.
God, atheism. Okay,
Yeah, those topics.
so let me ask you, what is your type of religion, where you belong?
I don't follow any religion.
So do you consider yourself as an atheist?
Yes, atheist.
Okay. And has that always been like that, or you switched?
No, I was a Muslim before.
Okay, that's even more interesting. So at what point you realized that you're not Muslim anymore, if I can say that?
It was like 5 or 6 years ago. I cannot say precisely which year, but it was a point that I realized I don't have good evidence to prove that my God is a real God or my religion is the true religion, and that realization made me an atheist.
Okay, got it, got it. So I think, yeah, I had this pretty much similar situation. I have been Christian,
Oh,
because of like it comes from the family, I guess, from the parents, like most of the time. Like
yeah.
religion transitions to the child, right? But now I realize that I'm more like an atheist. I don't follow that much religious ideas no more. But it's interesting fact that you were Muslim and you're an atheist now. I don't think I met people from. Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of Muslim people, but they are kind of trying to. Most of the times they're trying to promote their religion, and they live with it throughout their whole life. It's like the part of the culture, I would say. So it's really hard for them to become atheist, if I can say that.
It's changing right now. I see a lot of them becoming atheist or even becoming Christian or other type of belief systems, but mostly agnosticism, atheism. It's increasing nowadays with the help of internet.
Okay, so how would you describe the human existence? Like, what is the purpose of it? Do you have an answer for that?
I have an answer for that, but I don't think you will like the answer.
Why do you think so?
Well, why I think so? Because it's not answering the question the way you expect. But here's the answer. Purpose is something that I call it's result of a thinking agent. If there's no such a thing, then there's no purpose. It's not good to talk about purpose. So when you say what's the purpose of humans, that already assumes that we have been created by an intelligent being, then there can be a purpose. But if there is no such a thing, then we cannot talk about purpose. Since I am an agnostic atheist, I cannot claim that there is a purpose or there is no purpose, but I can easily say that I don't have good evidence to think that there is a purpose.
Okay, so you believe that we were created by incident or by luck?
I'm not
Or
sure about that, but if there's no God or other aliens in the universe, then yeah, it can be just random.
okay, okay. So yeah, if you ask me, I think there is no clear purpose of this life.
Yeah, the same goes for that. You were talking about purpose of humans, but if in general life or this universe, to be able to mention about purpose, we should know that there is a cause and this cause must be an intelligent being. And even this is not enough. We should know that that cause created these things intentionally for a purpose. So, for example, when we do things, we're intelligent beings, right? We create things, but not everything that we cause are intentional. There are things that we cause, but they're not our intentions. So, this can be the case also. Maybe there's such a creator, created everything, but maybe not everything was his purpose or their, whatever.
Yeah. So I would say there might be a purpose, but we cannot understand it, right?
There might be, if there intelligent beings causing these things.
And if we cannot understand the purpose, we have to create the purpose for ourselves to live this life.
I can't say
That's
we
what
have
most
to.
people do.
Yeah, but this is what I'm doing also, yeah.
We have to, man. Like otherwise, people just can go and kill themselves. What's the problem?
There's a movie, I don't know if you have seen Sunset Limited.
Nope, I didn't.
Something like that. Like the guy finds no value in this life and he's getting so bored. It's not like he's, being tortured or he's having some pain or disease. He's just getting so bored and finds no meaning and tries to kill himself.
To kill yourself, you have to be really strong, like mentally strong or sick person. Either way, I think most of the suicides they commit is because of their weak and poor life, because they cannot sustain themselves and they don't know how to live further, how
Yeah,
to get how to get through these points, and that's why they kill. But I don't know the exact statistics, but I think it's pretty low. It's like below 5% when like strong people that are doing okay with their life, they still kill themselves because they don't find like a reason to live
yeah,
or the purpose.
and I agree. Probably such people are less than the other ones.
Definitely, that's the case.
Because, life is so active. There are a lot of things that can attach you to this life. Even if you don't want, a lot of things are sticking to you, not giving you away.
So, man, let me ask you this question. Do you think that religion is basically refers to people lying to themselves when they attach to some religion? So they're accepting the God and all of this stuff that has been created by someone, and it's some kind of an unconscious level they accept it. So that basically means they're lying to themselves because they don't have clear evidence of the God, for example, as you said. So if you don't have an evidence, you have to lie to yourself to basically believe in it. Don't you think so?
I don't think so. I mean, mostly people are relying rather than lying. They rely on the religion for many other reasons. And I think it's not good to say that they believe in a god or they follow a religion with no evidence. I believe many of them have a lot of evidence. And the amount of evidence, the strength of the evidence is I think, enough for them to hold a belief in God. And
Mhm.
I think there are some cases that people may believe in God the way that you presented. And I know there are such people. They want to lie themselves because they feel better when they believe that a God exists. There are such people, and to me, it's also okay. I mean, if they find value in this life and that's the only thing that they keep them alive or happy or whatever, then why not? I mean, I'm not against.
So when it comes to the evidence, do you have any specific cases to share, like the strong ones?
What do you mean? Like,
You said people have an evidence,
mhm,
or they believe in the God
yeah.
for some reason. So what might be the reason? What has happened?
Oh, like what are their reasons? So they have a lot of reasons, right? They have books, claims, they claim a lot of things. They have arguments, right? They have experience and many other things.
Yeah, not the reason, but let's talk about the evidence because you mentioned that they
Yeah,
have an evidence of the
but
God.
I call it evidence. Like the experience is an evidence. To me, it's a poor evidence, but to someone else, it's a very strong evidence. Or the Bible or the Quran, to me, also an evidence, but it's poor for me. But to some people, it's so big, so powerful evidence.
Okay, so evidence is something that people created and they consent to it. So it's just a matter of the amount of people that believe in it, don't you think so? Because if I create a religion, for example, like today, and I'll write a book about it and explain all my rules there, probably not that many people will consent to it, right? Because they don't have enough evidence, as you would say. It's just me who gave this evidence.
It's not like that. Uh, why people don't change their beliefs right now so easily? Because this is our, biology or mentality that we don't change such things very easily. And those religions are so big and so deep. We're talking about thousands of years. And you just come today and you say, oh, I got some new revelation. I have another religion. Come to my religion. Sure, it won't be that much effective because in front of you that there are such religions so big. That's why you cannot compete with those religions by giving the same amount of evidence. I mean, when you like look at, yeah, like what you give, it's a book. What they give, it's a book. Yeah, but we cannot ignore how long these religions existing and how many people believe in it. That's also adding a lot of things when it comes to choose the religion.
That's true. So let me ask you about your experience. At what point, like, what was the trigger when you realized that you're not a part of that culture no more?
Yeah, as I explained a little bit earlier, I realized I don't have good evidence. I was actively doing the same thing that I'm doing right now when I was a Muslim, but every time I face a question and every time I face that I don't have a good answer for that, that made me change my mind about my religion.
So you're not the type of person that would rely on opinion of thousands people, even
Y-
your close ones.
Yeah, because I learned that thinking that something is true because many people follow it, that doesn't mean it's true. It can be true, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily true.
So do you think in a percentage rate, atheist people are more intelligent than the religious one?
Oh, I can't measure that. I know very clever believers.
That's true. So what is the differentiator between those people, if you know
Many
what I mean?
things, many things. There are many reasons when it comes to believing in religion, believing in God. Many, like culture, education, even the people that you like, different kind of tendencies that you have. Many things are affecting your choice when it comes to God or religion.
So let me ask you, do you have many friends? I mean, offline friends?
I can't say many.
Just a few?
Yes, a few.
What are their religion?
They are mostly Muslims, but I have atheist friends also.
Okay, so when it comes to Muslim friends, how did they accept your beliefs
They're
when
so
you
cool about
switched?
my choices.
Do they still consider you as a part of their culture?
Yeah, but it's not about culture, it's about friendships, and our friendship didn't change.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It could be different.
So yeah, in my case, I have like we have a party of like four best friends, you could say. And the interesting thing is that two of us are atheist, one is Christian, and one is Muslim. And it doesn't change nothing, you know. We're still
Okay.
friends and we don't really talk about religion. But each of us they're following their own way in terms of religion.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And the main problem that I have with religion is basically the fact that the fear drives those people mostly. The fear drives religion because these kind of people they have a fear of the God or the fear that one day they will be in hell instead of the heaven, and that drives me crazy, you know, this
Mm-hmm.
fact. So whatever drives you as a fear is a negative thing because fear is a strong negative feeling.
I understand that, like, even today, like we were talking about the same thing. But I see that, yeah, that's true. Fear is pushing people in that direction. That's true. But we shouldn't ignore other reasons. I mean, because I remember myself as a believer. My motive was not fear, I know it. And I assume that there are other people who believes in for other reasons without fear. Because if I was afraid, I was not able to ask the question that I was asking as a Muslim. I was asking so dangerous question. I mean, when I say dangerous, dangerous for other Muslims. I knew that I don't have such fear, at least. We should always think that there are many reasons when people believe in a religion.
Yeah, but I think religion is one of the way how you can, you know, manipulate people. So if you do something that is not okay with your religion, they will tell you, "Come on, man, it's not okay. The God will punish you or something like that." So I consider it as a form of manipulation, I would say.
I'm so close to be blamed as a believer again. I feel that. But let me say the last thing. I say this like all the time. You can use any tool to manipulate people, and that's a fact. Right now, religions are not that much powerful like in the past. Now we have internet and people are being manipulated in different ways. We see that. And to me, it can be any tool. And in the future, or whatever the tools are right now, that people are using to manipulate people, I believe that they may change in the future. It doesn't have to be religion. Religions were so important in the past. Still, they're important. And it's a really good tool to use people, to manipulate people. That's undeniable. But many people are ignoring that it's not because of the religion or because of the concept. It's because we humans can use things the way that we want. And we are so intelligent that if it's not religion, yeah, or we can find other tools and we can use to get the same result. But I mean, we shouldn't put the blame on religions only just because it's a tool.
That's fair. That's fair. So do you usually meet a lot of people that you argue with in terms of religion here?
Yeah, many. And you can see there are many videos on the channel, and there are many that I don't post. And the ones that I didn't post are way more than the ones that I posted.
Okay, don't you get bored to talk about religion all the
Ooh,
time?
no, I'm having these conversations like nearly 10 years, I think. I never get bored.
Okay, okay. Do you feel like one day you will want to create your own religion? Because 10 years, that's a
Religion?
solid timeline, you know. You've got some knowledge and you got many views and many knowledge from other people at the same time. So how are you gonna use this knowledge?
How I'm gonna use this knowledge? To be honest,
Yeah.
like what I learn is just for myself. Yeah, I'm sharing it. Probably deep inside, I have the desire to have similar mindsets next to me. But I believe that's not the first purpose. The first thing is I really enjoy learning and I enjoy sharing the things that I know. But I always emphasize that I'm just like another human being. I'm full of mistakes, and whatever I'm thinking right now, it can be false, and I can change my opinion in the future. So, but there are basic things that probably will never change. For example, I'm learning about logic, and those things won't change. But my opinions about specific topics, definitely they may change in the future. When it comes to creating a religion, no way.
Okay, okay, that's clear.
Some people are so ready for a new cult.
Yeah. It's time to start a cult. Let's go. I mean, how powerful you have to be to start a religion. There are prophets, right? These kind of guys who wrote the Bible, for example, Quran, the prophets. They got this knowledge from somewhere, right? Either they created it from their own mind, or I don't know, maybe they did some drugs or something. But they changed their state of mind, like obviously, and they got this knowledge and they just created a book from it. So what do you think where this knowledge came from?
The ones that they had seemingly from the previous religions, for example. So you gave the example of Muhammad. If you read the Quran, you will find the stories of Bible and Old Testament and even the previous religions. So seemingly they got the knowledge from those religions because it's too similar.
And what was the original book in this case?
I think it goes way beyond, Judaism, even further, maybe even Sumerians. And I believe it's not following a strict line or strict book. I think it's collection of many stories and cultures and many things.
Mhm. So you're saying they just got this knowledge from previous people, and they just added some stories on top of that.
That's the most logical explanation if there's no God who's intervening.
And do you think those knowledge, the whole book makes sense?
Probably it was helpful for their times, and things are changing, and then these things should be updated. That's also what we observe in the history. There's a religion, and after a while, there's another religion which is similar to that religion, and again, after some time, someone is coming and telling the similar stories with some updates. Yeah, they were helpful for their times. But they also caused, problems. The more religions, the more conflicts. Sure, it's not only because of the religion, but why Jewish people and Muslims fought, or Christians. It caused some problems also. Some Muslims hate Christians because they think that they're lying about Jesus. And Christians, they hate Muslims because they believe that their prophet is fake, and etc.
So can you say that these books are basically, we can consider them as a database?
It's a collection of experiences, yeah.
So let me ask you this, how you are familiar with AI?
I think I just have average information about AI.
Okay, so you're probably familiar with ChatGPT, probably you've
Sure, yeah.
heard about it, right? And it's, you know that it's basically the database, right? It's the collection of the knowledge
Hmm.
from the internet, right? So we can consider that the database that we have from the Bible, the Quran, it's like a collection of information from past experiences and from people, and we just gathered it in one place. So we can actually, and that is from the past, right? That's the past experience, and it's probably not applicable for the time being, for this century, let's say, because we are kind of living in the future.
We can cherry pick things and we can apply even right now, but sure,
Yeah,
not the
but
entire
most of
religion.
them are outdated, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about if we create something new, like an updated version of those books, and we try to consent to this type of knowledge that is adapted and ready for, for this world, the innovative world, where everything has changed already?
I don't think we have to do that.
Why?
We already have, law systems in our countries, right? They already organize the societies. And in many countries, the majority of the countries on this planet, they're ruled by those laws, not by the religion. Sure, there are effects of the religions, but mostly they're ruled by those laws. And it's better to improve those rules instead of creating a new updated religion.
Um, I think there is a conflict between the things that the government sets, like that comes from your country,
Okay.
and religion, right? Otherwise, if people agree to everything that comes from the government, why would you even need religion? So I believe most religious people think that religion is something different, and it has nothing in common with the government or whatever comes from your country or from these people, who rules. Because these kind of rules, they have attachment to the government and to the business and to the power, and somehow countries has to control their people. So they kind of put these rules in a favor to control the people, right? And to try to, each country try to make more money. They try to be more innovative and stuff like that. They try to grow their economic, but religion is something different. It has no business. So I think that's why most of people like prefer get stuck with religion,
Yeah, but which
more.
one is easier? Creating a new religion and expecting that all people follow that religion? Or making better what we already have? Since we cannot, radically update the existing religions, well, that doesn't mean they're not, changing bit by bit, or the way that people understand those religions are even changing, but still it's too slow. I believe updating or improving the rules that we have that I mentioned is way easier than creating a new religion.
I don't think it's easier, man. It's not easier.
Okay. So then when are you going to establish your new religion?
If you ask me, I don't know, man. I have so unpredictable life. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, so I'm a different person that I used to be 10 years ago. So I'm gonna be a different person 10 years from now, like a completely different. And who knows what's in my mind, Nobody knows. So maybe even one day I would want to create something bigger. And if I have enough power, enough strength, enough spirit, maybe it will work. I don't know.
She has a point. He has a point. Yeah. I didn't want to argue about that one, but yeah, it also creates some business.
Religion doesn't create business. Yeah, of course, of course. Like there are many cases even in my country. I see people use religion for their sake, just to hide some crimes or something. They go to church, they pay some money, and they think that the God will forgive them. That's a common thing, I guess. No wonders. However, the main idea of religion is not about business. It was designed to make the people lives better, and the list of rules that we have there, therefore, they were created for people so they could live their life better, or at least not make the others' lives worse, right? And I think that makes sense for most people. But if there is no religion, like, would it be better or worse? What do you think?
I'm not sure about that. That depends also on many things, not only religions.
So what would change if we don't have religion?
And again, it depends on the other things. If no religions, I don't know how the other things could be. If I cannot know this, then I cannot answer that question. Again, our well-being not only depends on the religion, it is affected by many things. So if you just eliminate religions, we don't know how other things could be affected.
But do you think there would be more crime in this world if we don't have religion?
If we keep the law system the way that it is right now, yeah, maybe we could have more crimes.
Okay. So we can kind of say that we need religion to limit those people who are weak-minded, let's say, who cannot control themselves.
I'm not saying we need religion. If like everything will stay the same, yes. I mean, we cannot deny that it's controlling people.
It is controlling people,
Yeah, it is, but
definitely.
we could educate people the way that we want. We could make a better justice system. Then we could decrease those problems also. So it doesn't only depend on religions.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you personally like that the people that surrounds you, or let's say the whole world, would be atheist as you? Would you like that?
Just because you said as you, yeah, I would prefer that one. But if you say atheists only, that's again controversial.
Okay. So what would you prefer? People around you, they're all religious or they're all atheists? If you have this option.
And still, it depends on what kind of religious people and what kind of atheist people.
The one that we have now.
Oh, like this. It's a hard question.
So you identified yourself as agnostic atheist.
Yes.
What's the difference between agnostic atheist and just the regular atheist?
There's no just regular atheist. There are two types of atheism, hard and soft. Soft one is also can be called as agnostic atheism. But hard atheism is the belief that there's no God. And soft atheism, which is agnostic atheism, is just lack of belief in God. It's not like a belief or active belief that there's no God. It's just not holding a position about the existence of God. So technically, they don't believe a God exists. Therefore, they're called atheists also.
Okay, got it now,
But
got it
again,
now.
like I can't measure the mindset of other atheist people. The ones around me, yes, I can prefer such societies, a bit full of such people, but that doesn't represent all atheists on this planet. And I know terrible atheists too. So that's why it's hard to decide. And again, like I know really good, very good religious people and terrible religious people. So maybe I wouldn't mind both cases. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, another question. So do you think some religious people, they stick with religion not because they believe in God, but because they want to be the part of that culture that
Definitely,
surrounds
there are
them?
many people like that. Yeah, that's
Uh,
why I said there are many reasons when it comes to believing a god or following a religion.
okay, so we can say that religion is something that unites people
And that's
and
definitely
creates a
true.
culture.
Yeah.
And it's agnostic in terms of the countries and nations, which is a good part of it. Because I think that, like, Muslims, for example, it doesn't matter what country they're from, but if they meet each other, they're like brothers, right? Just because of their culture, because of their religion. Is that true?
If you think that being one, being united is a good thing, then yes.
Definitely it is. At least I think so. Okay.
Mm.
But the problem there, okay, so basically religion is a list of requirements, let's say, or list of things that you should follow, right? But the problem is that you cannot verify if other person is following it or if they're just saying, I'm religious. You get what I mean?
There are things that we can follow, but there are things that we cannot follow. So, as you said, people just pretend or they become religious just to be the part of a culture or society.
Yeah.
Maybe they even don't believe a God exists. Some people just pretend that they're believers. Again, the same reason to be the part of a
So
culture.
how can you verify that?
There are things that you can verify, but and there are things that maybe it's impossible to verify. We cannot crack and open the minds of people, right? At least so far.
Yeah.
So maybe the person doesn't believe in God.
Okay. So if you want to be united or you want to find the people that are the same mindset as you and you're not religious, for example, there must be something, some different aspect that unites you, right? And the question is, what can that aspect be? So what comes to my mind is money, right? The amount of money the person makes or the business.
What do you mean exactly?
Um, I mean, there are types of people, the ones that are low income people, right? The ones that make a lot of money, for example.
Okay,
So if you make a lot of money, you would probably want to be surrounded by people who makes a lot of money as well. Don't you think so?
or maybe not. Maybe I'm so selfish and envious and other things. Maybe I don't like that there are other rich people around me.
Okay, but here we talk not only about the amount of money they make, but the level, the quality of the life they live. Because the more money you make, the better quality of life you get. Usually it works like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to see such people around me.
So let me ask you, what kind of people you want to see around you?
Oh, what kind of people? In my case right now, I want to see people who are really open-minded and who are really okay with my choices and people who are not harming me physically or mentally. Yes, I want to be surrounded by such people. Also, who wants to educate themselves, learn more and more about many topics.
And I assume you're that type of person that you just described, right? So you'll be acting like this to others as well, right?
Yeah,
Generally, how would you call these type of people that you just described?
I
Like,
don't have a
let's say
name.
intelligent.
I don't think it deserves such a label.
What label it deserves then?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have a name for it. Well,
Okay,
let's call it.
let's call it open-minded.
Okay, you can choose any name.
But
And
so what unites these type of people? The desire of learning, right? That's what you mean.
okay,
So how can you call people that continuously want to learn
learner maybe.
learners? So you want to be surrounded by the learners.
Okay, but again, but being a learner is not enough. As I said, those people must be respectful and caring about well-being. Let's say they're not harming me, and
So peaceful people,
you can say peaceful. Yeah,
peaceful and respectful. Okay. So that all above that has been described, is that not enough to call them intelligent people?
I think it deserves another name. But anyway,
So
like
what?
why we are into names? Let's call it X. What's the point?
There's no point, man. We're just having a conversation, right?
Oh, okay. So you're
I'm
going
not
to.
trying to convince you in any way. I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, but I think like there was something that you want to reach about this example. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I'm just trying to identify your type, you know.
yeah, but as Julie said, a person can be intelligent and evil.
So what drives those kind of people? The intelligence one, that driven by the evil. What do they want from this life?
Maybe they want things just for themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah, and it can be something else also. There can be a lot of reasons for their actions.
So they can harm others uh, in in the favor of their good, right?
Well, why not? Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
By the way, man, you can be a really good.
Interviewers?
Yeah, you're good at asking questions.
Yeah, as I told you at the very beginning, I've had this intention to start YouTube channel and interview people, just as you do.
But I'm not good at asking questions. I even don't like to ask many questions. I only ask questions related to these topics and they're basic questions. But you're really good at asking a lot of random and different questions.
I think it depends on the quality of the conversation and the speaker. If
Sure,
you find
different.
the speaker interesting, then you can, ask a lot of questions. But if a person is really dumb, you don't want to ask questions. That is the main point. So all you need to do is to find the right people who are interesting to you in the first place. And that is not an easy task.
Sure.
Yeah, we have Ghost here, by the way.
You know him?
He's a friend of mine, so we can discuss a religion with Ghost as well, if he doesn't mind.
Okay, let's see.
But he doesn't open his mic, so probably he's just
Maybe busy.
enjoying the time. And we have many more people who are just silent.
Yeah, they're native listeners.
Native, yeah. Those are your subscribers, probably. So let me ask, you have like 10K subscribers, but I can see that the views on the videos are below 100 most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. We have such a problem.
So you just bought these fake subscribers, or how did it happen?
My intention was not buying fake subscribers, but technically I bought them because I paid for YouTube advertisement. It's not something illegal, it's the feature of YouTube itself.
Oh, okay.
And I realized that whenever I was getting the subscribers, I was not getting, likes or comments. But it took some time for me to realize that there is a problem. So probably they're random people or even maybe kids or bots that subscribe to my channel. That's the problem. I don't know who they are actually, but I assume that some of them are bots and some of them are just kids or people randomly subscribing.
Yeah, that happens a lot with marketing.
It's not a big problem also, but yeah, anyway, I mean,
Okay, okay. So, man, if you have any questions to me, feel free to ask.
I don't know. You did a really good job about asking. You were not only asking, you were also putting your opinions also. Maybe I got tired today. I don't know how many hours we're talking here. And when there's no discussion, I'm just like on the chill mode, not that much active. But when there are believers and when we're discussing about these topics, then it boosts me a lot of energy.
So you try to trigger some people sometimes, right? The religious people.
Not triggering, it's just natural discussions.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, they go crazy sometimes, right? When
That's true.
when it
Not
comes
only
to
they
religion.
are, I also go crazy sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's the point of going crazy? To feel something, to feel some emotions?
well, that's not because of a purpose. It's just result.
Okay. So you say there are some cases where you cannot control yourself.
Sure, yeah, that's true.
Are you aiming to get control of all your emotions?
I would prefer that I'm able to control some of those emotions, yeah, especially the ones that I get so angry because when I'm so angry, I know that I'm not thinking clearly, and that's not something good, especially when I'm discussing about these topics.
Okay. So do you think that if you can control all of your emotions at one point, you can consider yourself as emotionally dead person? Do you have a fear of that?
Fear of what?
Being emotionally dead person.
Fear. I don't know. I don't think it's possible to control all emotions. At least for me, I don't think I can do that.
It's because of your nature?
Maybe it's because of my mindset, but is it possible?
Obviously, it is possible.
Really?
Yes, it is.
I don't know, but still, I would like to keep some emotions that I have. Empathy, love, many other emotions.
Yeah, you can keep those ones and get rid of others, the negative ones, right?
Okay, if
If that's possible. But if that's possible or not, I don't know. That's a good question. Everything is balance, right, in this life. So this is the question I would like to learn. I'm learning actually.
yeah, technically, I'm trying to control many of those negative emotions. Even if I'm not very successful, I believe I had some progress. And since I keep practicing the same topics with similar mindsets, because the mindset of believers are not that much different, right? The way that they handle these topics, the way that they behave, the way that they show their emotions are similar. So I am undergoing those kind of emotions for a long time, and I'm always thinking about my reactions. The ones that I think bad ones, I'm trying to change them, but it's a slow process.
Definitely it is. Okay, man. So it was really nice talking to you. I
The
think we have
same.
a lot of in common. So I subscribed. I followed you. I mean, so
Oh,
you can
thanks.
follow me back if you want.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry. I assume that you subscribe to the channel.
yeah, I
Anyway.
subscribed to the channel at the same time.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I followed you here also. And if one day you decide to create your own channel, I will subscribe.
Yeah, I will see how it goes with you,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I will decide.
Yeah, okay. But
If
don't
that makes
trust
sense.
the numbers on my channel because, when YouTube forgets someone or when YouTube doesn't care about someone, that doesn't mean every content is so shitty. So you shouldn't evaluate yourself based on my channel. Maybe you will do really great job without me.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thanks a lot for this conversation, and see you later.
Thanks for joining. Bye bye. Take care.